Morale and determination was still there. The speech on what to do next had been called, but the fight was well and truly still there for the ladies. Wrestling rings in India burnt to the ground. A harsh warning was given. You do what we tell you to do, and you do not go against the regime. There was somewhat of hope for the ladies. A military and political figure from Germany had an idea. He used his political influence to get the ladies to wrestle in Germany, which ruffled a few feathers as the ladies waved goodbye to India and they made their way to Germany. Oh my, were the faces not too pleasant looking at the other end. Warnings had been issued about how this was not a good idea. Yes, there was wrestling on an underground army barracks, but it was as violent as you could imagine, with the wrestlers wrestling in shattered glass. The men were absolute menaces. It didn't take long to establish there were no rules. This is not sport. This is just barbaric violence. The German military kept complete control of the ladies, telling them not only did they want wrestling, they also wanted glamour. You can only use your imagination to think exactly what that meant. Under no circumstances were any of those British ladies gonna stand for that. That decision didn't translate well, and the misery was now going to start in the wrestling ring. Everyone was unfairly matched. The training was brutal. There was barely any wrestling. It was all about fighting, eye gouging and hair pulling and knuckles to the temple. We tried our hardest, but we were always unevenly matched. We always had to wrestle the big ladies, and our own big ladies, well, they didn't get to fight at all. It ended in broken bones. The German ladies were incredibly talented and incredibly large, and the press got their hands on it and said we didn't stand a chance. To add to our humiliation, they brought the Japanese ladies over, and they put our worst competitors in the ring with the Japanese lady. So exactly the same thing happened all over again. Once we got comfortable and we realised what was going on, we upped our game. And one night, there was a tag team match, and we managed to come up victorious against all the odds. Oh, they didn't like this at all, and things from there started to get a little bit strange. We had teary-eyed wives of military army German soldiers. Everyone was pointing the finger at us. A story hit the press saying that we was offering ourselves up to German soldiers. Just as we had started to win matches, nothing could have been further from the truth. However, the next thing you knew, we had been sent home. What's next? Being sent back to England, the land in which wrestling is banned.